Hi, my name is Professor Hunter or Miss Hunter, whichever one you want to call me this semester is fine. Welcome to English 101. I will be your professor for this semester. And this is just going to be a quick course overview of, some important things you might need to get started with this semester. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into that. With a brief overview of the course content. So we'll have three modules. In module one, it's called Thinking Through Your Own Experience. In this module, you'll learn how to compose a narrative or personal essay. It will take several weeks, so we're not going to rush it. And that's going to be the major assignment, the narrative or personal essay. Um, Module 2 is rhetoric and close reading. This module, you'll compose a discuss and respond essay, and that's going to be our major assignment for the second module. You'll have three modules and three major assignments. So in this one, our goal here is to study more conventions of academic essays and become comfortable with writing introductions, thesis statements, body paragraphs, and conclusions that your academic reader will often expect. At the same time, you'll be exploring how to express your own ideas in the context of what other writers have said. This involves several key skills: reading closely, quoting, paraphrasing, citing, and analytical thinking. So you're going to be discussing and responding a text of your own choosing, and we'll work together as a class to help you find some articles or an article to do that with. Um, and so that unit, our major assignment, is your discuss and respond essay. And our final unit, module 3, is called lateral reading, research, and synthesis. In this module, you're going to compose a synthesis essay, which is a research paper. You must choose a topic that is related to one of the readings in the back of your textbook. I have your textbook information on both the syllabus and in the main page of our D2L page, so that should be easy to find. And in this unit, we'll focus on key skills of evaluating sources, recognizing different types of sources, and find sources using online search tools and the library. That's an important one because we're going to want to use a scholarly essay that you find in the library. So like I said, your major assignment for that final unit is going to be the synthesis essay, and that will be your final for the class. And something that is very important is you must complete all three major assignments to pass the course. So even if you turn in a half-baked major assignment number 3, you have to turn in something, or even if you have an A up until that and you miss turning in that assignment, you'll fail the course. So what you can expect to get from the course is, to be able to learn how to write personal essays and research, discuss and respond essays and a research paper at the end. So this class is going to focus heavily on writing, if you weren't already aware. And so that's what you can expect to get out of the course. Now I'm going to go over some important information about the course syllabus. So just going through it, attendance is important. You need to, come to every class. You can only have 4 absences before, you could be withdrawn. Sorry, it's a very long syllabus that I have to scroll through. Disability statement. I like to make all my classes a disability safe space since I'm a disabled person. And so if you do have any disabilities or issues that might hinder your work with the schedule as we have it, please come talk to me. You don't need any letters from the school or anything, I completely understand. Just talk to me one on one, and we can help. I can help you figure out a way to do the classwork that fits better with your abilities. Uh, so and that also means creating an environment that is respectful of everyone, um, no matter what, and respecting each other's opinions, even if you don't agree with those opinions, because ultimately that leads to an environment where we can all share our opinions and talk about them openly and not think about being judged by those opinions. Um, one big thing that I want to talk about is AI. You should not use any AI in this course. Besides from maybe generate help if you have trouble thinking of an essay topic, helping you think of an essay topic. But other than that, you should not use any AI, and AI use, if found, will be punished with a 0 and can even lead to expulsion from um the school. I or maybe suspension. I'm not quite sure how your high school will handle it. But it's considered the same as plagiarism. So it's a very serious thing. So I don't want to have to catch anyone using AI, because I have done that before, and it's not a very fun thing to do. So please do not use AI in this course. Um, for the course requirements, you're going to need to expect to do your major writing assignments, which are 3 to 4 page academic essays requiring some research. And like I said, to pass the class, you must submit all 3 major writing assignments. Drafts, there will be mini drafts. Uh, for the first 2 essays, there will be 3 drafts, and for the second, there will only be, or for the final, there will only be 2 drafts. But these drafts are going to focus on revising your essay and making it better than it was before in the previous version. That's all I'm looking for, in that you actually put in some work to change and revise your essay. um, in the drafts, your first attempts might even just be brainstorming. uh, so all I'm looking for in these drafts is, your ability to revise and change it over time. And then short writing assignments, which are usually 1 to 2 page assignments. They can be drafts, outlines, or short responses or analyses. Um, uh, we probably won't have many of those, but just be aware that we could have them. And then your classwork, or your classwork and participation. Um, you're going to need to participate in class, as this is a class that revolves heavily around the conversations we create, um, through the studying we do, and talking about writing itself. So, I can't be the only one talking. I need to, have some participation so we can create a dialogue, as a class, instead of just me talking in front of you. Um, so that's, like I said, that's great. The things you're going to be thinking about, the grading policies. So for your 3 major writing assignments are going to be 70% of your grade. Your drafts are going to be 20% of your grade, and your classwork is going to be 10% of your grade. Um, on major assignments, please give me up to 2 weeks, to return those to you. And for your shorter writing assignments like drafts, I should have those back to you within 48 hours unless something changes. Um, uh, you know, Late work, there is a penalty of 20%, for all late work So, from 100 to 80. But you'll have 2 late tokens, which you can use for major writing assignments or drafts. Um, but you only have 48 more hours to turn that in without penalty. You can't use the late token after 2 days. It will already be taken up. So, we'll talk about those more when we go over the syllabus in class. But one of the heavy things we'll be doing is revisions. So, um, with our drafts, that's what we're working on revising. And so that's one of the things we'll be heavily doing during this course. Um, let's see if there's anything else in the syllabus. No, I don't think so. Where to find important information, it's all going to be on D2L in your modules. Um, all of the things that you need are going to be there. And the schedule of activities is there, which will show you your homework, what you need to read and have read before the class out of your textbook, which is Linda Berry's Let's Talk. And how to get started and navigate this course. Obviously, just go through the getting started module, and look at those things. You can see information about me, and information about the course overview there. And just scroll through D2L and see what's ahead for this course. And you should find it pretty easy to navigate. Once you're in the content section, the modules will pretty much show you. Each module has everything you need for that module within it, and outside of that, there's the content I posted. If you go to um, table of contents, to see everything, you can see under the Getting Started tab, and it's a tab on its own. The course overview, instructor information, stuff about me. Learn about our librarian, the syllabus, and that's where your enrollment verification quiz is going to be. So don't do that before we start the course. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know for this welcome video. We'll talk all about the syllabus our first class, and I'll answer any questions. So I'm excited to see you guys, and I hope you're ready to learn this semester. Thank you.